Council meeting will now come to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, Honorable City Council members, Mayor McCrate, our City Treasurer, welcome back, administrative staff and audience, and also those that may be viewing via our broadcast channel and YouTube Live. Welcome to the City of Romulus City Council regular meeting, and today's date is Monday, July 11th, 2022. Members of the public wishing to participate in this meeting may do so under the public comment portion of the agenda. Please fill out a request to speak public comment card located on the back of the table, in the back of the chambers, and hand it to me, the clerk. Additionally, members of the public who are viewing tonight's meeting via our broadcast channel or YouTube Live can submit their comments to publiccomments@romulusgov.com. And at this time, we will have roll call. Councilwoman Abdo.
Here.
Councilman Barton.
Here.
Councilwoman Roscoe.
Here.
Councilwoman Talley.
Here.
Councilman Wadsworth.
Here.
And Councilwoman Webb is excused.
She's excused.
Councilwoman Williams.
Here.
Mr. Chair, we have a quorum.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Tonight's council meeting agenda is as follows. Number 1, agenda. Number 2, minutes. Number 3, petitioner. Number 4, chairperson's report. Number 5, mayor's report. 6, clerk's report. 7, treasurer's report. 8, public comment. 9, unfinished business. 10, new business. 11, warrant. 12, communication. And number 13, adjournment. And a motion would be in order to accept the regular council meeting agenda as presented.
So move to accept the agenda as presented. Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Talley, supported by Ms. Abdo, for approval of the agenda as presented. Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Number 2, minutes. For approval are the minutes from the regular council meeting held on Tuesday, July 5th, 2022.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Mr. Wadsworth?
I will move that we approve of the council minutes from July the 5th, Tuesday at 7:30.
Support.
Been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Talley, for approval of the minutes from our meeting held on Tuesday, July the 5th at 7:30. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Abstain.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Abstain.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
There were no special meetings held on Tuesday, July 5th, 2022. Number 3, petitioner. There are no petitioners on the agenda. Takes us to number 4, the chairperson's report.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. The chairperson doesn't have any report tonight, but I would like to recognize Councilwoman Talley.
Thank you, Mr. Barton. I just want to just kind of do an acknowledgement. We lost an officer on July 6th. The name was Lauren Courts of Detroit Police Department. And I just want to just put out there we need to remember our public safety and our public servants, our police, our fire. They're putting their lives on the lines every day. You know, they want to go home to their families like we all do, but they have a duty to serve. And when I was going through the Romulus Citizen Academy, one of the things that stuck out in all those weeks, I think 10, 12 weeks we were in class, the one thing that really stuck out to me is that in the situation, our police officers, when we're running away from trouble, they're running to the trouble. And he ran to the trouble. And so I just want to do an acknowledgement of Lauren Court's prayers for his family, his wife, his kids. I'm sorry, when I heard that, I was so heartbroken for something like that for a young police officer. So I just want to just shout out to our police officers all over, not just Romulus, but all over, for putting your lives in the line on a daily basis to serve the residents of our United States. Thank you.
Thank you. That concludes the chairperson's report.
Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion to accept your report.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Ms. Talley, for approval of the chairperson's report. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved. Thank you.
Number 5 is the mayor's report.
Thank you. Good evening, City Council, Madam Treasurer, Madam Clerk. Before I start my reports, I have just a couple things to hit on. I want to congratulate our Economic Development and Planning and Building Departments teams for finally doing the Redevelopment Ready program. We've finally been third-party vetted by the state and approved, so we are part of that program, and what that will do is it streamlines our process and it makes us more available and our residents more available, our commercial residents, for grant opportunities through MEDC. So I'm excited about that. That's going to help do some things and bring some leverage for us to incentivize local businesses. And congratulations to that team. It's been a long haul to get there, and they've done a great job getting us there. And I want to give them acknowledgement for doing that and the great work. And that's going to help keep things moving through here in the city of Romulus as far as incentivizing and putting us in touch with grant packages. A lot of times these grants, the first question out of the box is, are you redevelopment ready certified? And we are now redevelopment ready certified. So congratulations to that team. Great work. I appreciate their efforts. And also this Saturday, for those who weren't aware, we did have our first annual Patriots in a Park event. And a lot of people really didn't understand what that was, but there's a Wounded America is a motorcycle charity ride that's been going on for about 15 years in the Downriver area. We brought it through this year. We had Romulus was a part of it as well. Romulus Rotary stepped up, was a part of it. And really, we had the ride that comes through here. We had free food and fun and games for the kids to enjoy, free food for the veterans. And, Victoria Trushwater family out there saw her kids do the playscape and having some fun out there. We had the inflatable at the park, and they did great. The Rotary stepped up, did a great job. Mary, Julie, Colleen, everybody did a great job. Mike stepped up. So another great event in the city. We're going to keep building. Like I said, a lot of people didn't understand exactly what the event was, and I think as we build it, it'll gain in popularity. And as a larger part of that event, we were able to raise over $35,000 to help our local veterans. So I was proud to have Romulus be a part of that this year and keep moving forward. It's a great cause. And also to further the sentiment shared by Councilwoman Talley, the national narrative right now on the assault on our police, Chief Fonda shared a stat with me last week that assaults on police officers is up 20% this year over last year. And if we don't get a handle on that now, I don't know how we're going to continue to recruit and how you have those people in those positions to keep us safe. So supporting the Blue and supporting your police department, your first responders is a lot more than a Facebook post or social media post. You got to do it and support them. Let them know they're supporting you. So I appreciate those comments. Getting down to that, first action item I have for you tonight is a no-fee road closure request from the Romulus Community Baptist Church. I would ask that council concur with the administration and authorize a no-fee permit for road closures of Romulus Community Baptist Church's annual picnic on Saturday, August 27th, 2022. Subject streets include Boise Walkway, Colorado Street from 4th Street to Church Street property line.
Through the chair,
Yes, Ms. Talley.
I'd like to make that motion to concur with administration and authorize a new no-fee permit for road closures for the Romulus Community Baptist Church annual picnic on Saturday, August 27th, 2022. Subject streets include Boise Walkway and Colorado Street from 4th Street to the church property line.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Talley, supported by Ms. Roscoe, for the no-fee road closure request from the Romulus Community Baptist Church. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, roll call vote. Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you. Next item I have is the annual community resolution accepting long-term maintenance stormwater management system. I would ask the council concur with the administration and adopt the attached annual community resolution accepting long-term maintenance of stormwater management systems in accordance with Wayne County ordinance requirements for July 1st, 2022 to June 30th, 2023 fiscal year.
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Wadsworth?
if I may, I'll move that we take the annual community resolution accepting the long-term maintenance of the storm sewer for Wayne County.
Support.
It's been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Talley, for the annual community resolution accepting long-term maintenance of stormwater management systems. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, roll call vote. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Motion approved.
Thank you. Next item we have is introduction of a budget amendment. I would ask that council concur with the administration and introduce budget amendment 2223-2 to move funds from reserve park renovation to Wayne County allocation for the anticipated expenditures related to completing the project plan to recognize Wayne County Parks millage reimbursement revenue and expenditures for Oak Brook Park improvements.
Through the chair,
Ms. Talley?
I'd like to concur with administration and introduce Budget Amendment 22/23-2 to move funds from the Reserve Park and renovation to Wayne County allocation, Oak Brook Park improvements for the anticipated expenditures related to completing the project plan, and to recognize Wayne County Parks millage reimbursement revenue and expenditures for Oak Brook Park improvements.
Support?
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Talley, supported by Mr.
That
Wadsworth,
was a mouthful.
for the introduction of budget amendment 23/23-2, recreation. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, roll call vote. Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you. Two additional items that aren't action items tonight. I'd like to introduce you to a representative from the Wayne Metro, their new tenant over at the old court building. They talked about a little bit about the program that they serve. Just to speak a little bit about the program and the opportunities that are involved, and now that they're here in Romulus, and what, what opportunities that are out there that are easier to access for our residents now that they're here in Romulus.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
And thank you, honorable body, for having us here for your council meeting. As the mayor had indicated, we do have and we have been successful with the help of the mayor to set up a hub here in Romulus for Wayne Metro, where Wayne Metro is able to continue to assist Romulus residents with the various services that we have to offer. Just a quick overview of Wayne Metro. Wayne Metro is the community action agency for all of Wayne County. So we service all 43 municipalities and/or townships in Wayne County. We have been in existence for a little over 51 years now, and so we have approximately 75 programs that we offer to assist our residents in our community, all 43 in Wayne County. And we are grateful to be able to set up a hub here where we will have approximately 20 of our staff members here on a daily basis to be able to provide services to residents in the city of Romulus. Just a quick overview of some of the services that Wayne Metro offers. One is one that we are working tirelessly with the water department to increase the enrollments, and that is what we have, which is the RAP program, which is the Water Residential Assistance Program. That program comes through the Great Lakes Water Authority, and communities can have opted in to that program so that their residents can their households can take advantage of the program. The RAP program provides up to $1,200 in water assistance to residents per year. That is in $25 credits on the monthly bill. And then if the households have arrears, we're able to assist them with up to $1,200 towards their arrears. And so if a household enrolls in RAP, upon enrollment, they would receive $625 towards their water bill, and that is, of course, if they have arrears that total upwards of $1,200. So it would be $25 towards the current bill, and then an additional $600 towards their arrears. The households receive an additional $600 at the 12th month while they are enrolled in the RAP program. Individuals that are on RAP are also eligible for conservation assistance, as in minor plumbing repair if needed, and that's up to $2,000 as well. If an individual is successful on the RAP program the first year, they can re-enroll for a second year in RAP. And so the majority of individuals that are enrolled in RAP that have large arrears, we're able to assist them pretty much with zeroing out that balance if they're on the program for 2 years. And so that program is extremely beneficial to households that qualify, and we are definitely trying to get the word out to have more households, specifically in the city of Romulus, to enroll in RAP, because the assistance is there, and we are looking forward to working with them to get the enrollment numbers up. We want to maximize the number of individuals that qualify for RAP to actually enroll in RAP. That's just one of the programs that we offer. One of the additional programs that we offer is called My Half. Now, My Half is similar to, you may be familiar with the COVID Emergency Rental Assistance Program, and that was for renters that, due to no fault of their own, fell behind on their rent and were in jeopardy of being evicted. And so we led that program as well. We assisted at this point approximately $130 million worth of assistance for SERA. The state has another program which is called My Half, and that is for homeowners. And so we want to make sure that we get the word out that homeowners that may have fallen behind on their mortgages during the pandemic are able to receive assistance in that vein as well. And the assistance covers mortgages, tenant fees, property taxes, and that number of areas. And I have some flyers that I would like to leave with you on that program. And so we assist with that as well. One of the other programs that we assist with is we have the weatherization program. And so with our weatherization program, we're able to assist individuals with weatherizing their homes. And so we are looking for individuals to go onto our website to fill out an interest form if they want assistance with weatherization. And I say that in that effective October 1, as a result of the infrastructure legislation, we will be receiving additional funds to assist with weatherization. And so that's why we're looking to have individuals, if they are interested in weatherization, to go to our website, fill out the weatherization interest form, and it is part of what we call our universal application. And what the universal application does is that an individual is interested in services from Wayne Metro, they will go to our website and fill out the universal application. And on the universal application, it has, for instance, RAP. It has MEET, which is our Michigan Energy Assistance Program. It has weatherization. And so they can check off the services that they would like to receive assistance on with one application. So they won't have to redo an application for each service that they're looking to obtain assistance with. And so that application has been a game changer for us and for our customers, because they don't have to go around and reintroduce themselves with a new application. One of the other areas that Wayne Metro is the lead agency for is our continuum of care, and that is for our homeless coalition and our homeless population. And with that, of course, we're able to assist individuals that are homeless. We may be able to get them into rapid rehousing, into housing in general, and assist them with that area as it relates to housing. Again, we are the lead agency for that. A number of communities are part of the Homeless Coalition, and if I can take this opportunity to ask if we can have a representative from the fire department or the police department to become a member of the Homeless Coalition, in that they're the first usually line if they come across homeless in the city of Romulus, and then we can assist those individuals when needed. And so I would like to take a little time to make that ask of this honorable body going forward, because with the Homeless Coalition, we have to have a makeup of the communities that we are servicing that have representation on the Homeless Coalition. And so we would honestly like to make that ask of you. Additionally, we have Head Start as well, that we are able to enroll individuals in our Head Start programs. We also have our program, as I mentioned earlier, MEET, which is the Michigan Energy Assistance Program. That program is able to assist individuals up to $2,000 on their utility bills as well. And so those are just some of the main programs that we have to offer that can have an immediate impact on households in the city of Romulus that we have to offer. We, of course, continue to do property tax assistance as well as income tax. We are able to prepare income taxes for Romulus residents going back as far as 3 years. We also assist them if they indeed, at this point, if they still have not received their stimulus checks, to assist them in obtaining those checks, and assist them with the child tax credit as well. And so we are here. Again, we will have approximately 20 of our staff members here every day, and the location is 11131. I believe that's the address. When I was driving in, I actually drove past and saw our signs that are out there posted. So we are here for you, and the service that we provide, we are open to working with any households in the city of Romulus to provide those services to them if indeed they're needed. You can also go onto our website, www.waynemetro.org, and we have a drop down of all of the programs and services that individuals may be interested in. They can click on that link, and they can actually enroll right there on the website from clicking on to the link that they may be interested in, as in RAP. One of the other programs that we are working to assist individuals in is a program called LIWAP. We have all of these acronyms, but LIWAP assists individuals again with their arrears as well, up to $650. And so we have had cases where we have been able to leverage both RAP and LIWAP to assist individuals, with the arrears upwards of $1,850. And so that service is available as well for the households in the city of Romulus. And I was not sure what our time frame was. And so that's just a quick overview of some of the programs that we offer at Wayne Metro. And if you have any questions, I'd be
Yeah.
happy to determine those.
Mr. Wadsworth?
If I could, your presentation was excellent, sir. If they go to the website and you said there's multiple programs, can they qualify for more than one
Yes,
thing? Is there a number only they can qualify, or as many as they qualify for?
they can qualify as many as they are looking to receive those services in.
Okay,
Each program has a income eligibility.
okay, okay, very good, okay.
And so it varies per program, but for the most part, the majority of our programs are at 200% of the federal poverty level. And so for a family of four, that would be approximately $55,000.
Okay. And is this program federally funded through Wayne County, or how is it funded?
RAP is funded through the Great Lakes Water Authority.
Great Lake,
And
okay.
it's actually funded through this municipality because a portion of your fees that go to the Great Lakes Water Authority is actually funding this program. And that's why we'll be working with the water department to enroll as many households as possible because you have provided the funding source for the households in Romulus to enroll in the program.
Okay, fine. And your program was excellently presented here tonight, and it's definitely some good positive things for the people of Romulus. Thank you.
Through the chair.
Yes, Ms. Talley.
Questions, and you do have a lot of good stuff. What is your recommendation, like senior citizens, on fixed incomes, rising cost of living, not in arrears or anything like that, but a bit of a struggle? What do you recommend?
Sure. So, senior citizens, they can still apply for RAP. They can still enroll in RAP as senior citizens. If they do not have arrears, they will still continue to receive the $25 credit towards their water bill per month, up to $300 or 12 months at $25. And they are also able to again receive the conservation assistance if they receive it in their homes as well.
What if they're not technically computer savvy?
If they are not computer savvy, they can reach us at our number for the and I have my colleague here. Can you give me that number offhand for RAP?
313-388-9799.
Now, is that just for RAP, or is that for all the things you've talked about this evening?
That is for RAP, but you can reach out to our call center
Okay.
itself, and that number is 313-388-9799, and our information specialists at the call center can assist them also with enrolling as well.
Okay.
If they want a navigator to assist them, they can call that number as well.
Okay.
And we will set up a navigator to assist them with filling out the application.
And then my last question, how many locations you have? Do y'all have a location in Wayne as well?
We have a location in Wayne. We have 16 satellite locations,
Okay.
if you will. Our three main locations at this time is, of course, at Biddle, which is on in Wayne, and that was our headquarters. But now the headquarters is in Detroit, and that is on Woodward and West Grand Boulevard. And then we have the third location that we have Cortland School, which is one of our Head Start sites.
Okay.
That we have as well. So we have 16 locations for where individuals can receive assistance, and then we have another 18 locations, but that's for our various Head Start sites. We have a number of Head Start sites. I believe we have in the neighborhood of about 1,800 slots for children. So we are throughout Wayne County. And again, if your households need any assistance, they're a little leery of the internet, and we have that with other municipalities. They can reach out to the 388-9799 number, and we will make sure we put them in place with either the information specialist that's at our call Connect Center, and or a navigator that can guide them through.
Thank you. Thanks for the information.
Ms. Williams?
Yes. What is the income for a family of two?
The income for a family of two is $36,620.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, I have a couple questions, and thank you for all the information. You said $25 a month. If somebody's bi-monthly, do they still get credit for the $25 a month? So it would be
Yes,
$50?
so if it's bi-monthly, they would get the $50
Okay,
credit.
thank you. And then what about, do you have any kind of programs to help somebody, let's say there's a medical condition going on and the family's out of work for 12 weeks for some reason? Do you have anything, or is it just on annual income?
So the majority of the programs are on that FPL.
Okay,
But I can speak with you offline to get more clarity as to what specifically that household would be looking for as it relates to assistance for that condition.
okay. Will you be around after the meeting?
I will.
Perfect, I'd love to talk to you. And then finally, I know in previous years you guys have helped with the income taxes, which has been fabulous. I know with the COVID, there was a year or two where you did everything through the phone,
Yes.
which is a little complicated for those that aren't computer savvy. Do you know what the process will be for the upcoming year?
We're back.
Wonderful. And so I'm the one that's going to reach out to you.
Okay.
And would I reach out to you, or would I continue to go right through that website or contact somebody? Because that's how we've done it in the past.
Yes, you can reach out to me, and I will put you in contact with Lindsay Weston, who is over our Financial Empowerment Center, of which the income tax program.
Wonderful.
is housed.
That's a great program, and I got wonderful feedback on that. So thank you for those services, and I'm glad you guys are back.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And lastly, I would like to say, in working with the water department and in the mayor's office as well, we are looking to, we have what we call customer assistance days. And when we have customer assistance days, that's where, as I indicated, we have about 20 staff that will be at the location on a daily basis. But we have our specific team, of which my colleague here, Carissa, is the assistant director, where we come out and we may process upwards of between 100 to 200 applications in one day. And so we're looking to see, can we coordinate that to have that here in the city of Romulus as well.
Any other questions?
Any questions from council?
No?
Thank you.
No, thank you for the presentation. It's a pleasure having you here in Romulus. Anytime that we can bring the value of your programs closer to our residents, it's great. It's a win-win situation. We have a vacant building. We turn it into a little bit of revenue. You have a home that's close to 94 and 275 and close to our residents. So it's a win-win situation. So thank you for choosing
Yes, we think
Romulus.
so as well. And our CEO brings his acknowledgments. Unfortunately, he had a conflict. And so again, I'm Jerome Drain. I'm the director for community outreach and engagement at the agency. And so we work to make sure that the footprint is throughout Wayne County and the services are available, and we make sure we go out to let the community know that we are here and we are available for you. And my colleague here is Ms. Carissa You want to introduce yourself?
My name is Carissa Cross Townsend, and I am the Assistant Director in our Utilities Department.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And one last item I have, I went out of order a little bit tonight, and we have a video from Ms. Tolliver from the mayor's office. I'd like to cue that up, Mike, and make some announcements.
Hello, I'm Vanessa Tolliver, and here are some events happening in Romulus. Mayor McCray will hold the next One Romulus community meeting at Hale Creek Elementary on Wednesday, July 13th, starting at 6 p.m. Come out to the historical park this Friday for a showing of the movie Encanto. The movie will begin at dusk. The Romulus Goodfellas is having a Christmas in July toiletry drive. Come and take an ornament from the tree at City Hall, purchase and return the toiletries listed on the back of the ornament, and then keep the ornament for your own tree. The Romulus Goodfellas is also hosting a bake sale at the Treasurer's Office at City Hall on Thursday, July 14th and Friday, July 15th. The next Sounds of Downtown will take place on Friday, July 22nd with the Alexandrian Transit performing at 7 p.m. Join the American Progressive Association for an old-fashioned community family picnic. The picnic will be held on Saturday, July 23rd at the Coleman Center from noon to 7 p.m. There will be a bounce house, games, raffles, and bingo. Families are asked to pre-register to reserve your space and are responsible for your own picnic supplies and food. Call Carolyn Jones to register at 313-485-1312. Big Steve's Design is holding the first ever Rumble in Romulus motorcycle rally. This event will take place on July 22nd and 23rd in downtown Romulus and is for motorcycle enthusiasts as well as families to come out and enjoy the sights, foods, and vendors of all kinds. There will be custom motorcycle show as well as awards for Best Old School Motorcycle and Best Stock Motorcycle. Thanks everyone. Remember to like and share us on Facebook and YouTube or visit our website for more information. Have a great night.
Thank you, Vanessa, and that will conclude my report for this evening.
Thank you.
Number 6 is the clerk's report. I have one action item, and that's 6A. And this is reappointments to the Romulus Board of Zoning Appeals. At 7:15 p.m. this evening, the Executive Advisory Committee held a meeting to discuss 2 reappointments to the Romulus Board of Zoning Appeals. It is requested that Council concur with the recommendation of the Executive Advisory Committee and reappoint Sheldon Chandler and Kenneth Mankiewicz to the Romulus Board of Zoning Appeals with a term to expire on June 30th, 2025.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Ms. Abdo.
I'll make that motion that we concur with the Executive Advisory Committee and reappoint Sheldon Chandler and Kenneth Mankiewicz to the Romulus Board of Zoning Appeals.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Abdo, supported by Ms. Roscoe, for the reappointments to the Romulus Board of Zoning Appeals. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote. Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, Council. Before I close out my report, I just want to make a few reminders concerning the election. We're still mailing out absentee ballots. Just the important thing, reminders, please don't forget to sign your AV ballot envelope. So what happens if your ballot is returned to us unsigned, then we'll send a letter, try to reach out to you so that you can get your ballot signed. Otherwise, we won't be able to count that ballot, and then you'll have to vote at the polls. Also, many of you have received new voter registration cards, or voter identification cards, they are now called. This is for every registered voter that's on our rolls. Some people may have moved. What's happened is that after every census, every 10 years, and then there's the redistricting cycle, we're required to send out new voter registration cards because either your precinct changed or your district representative numbers have changed. So the voter identification cards that we've mailed out reflect the new district numbers and precinct changes if there are any. So some residents have received cards, and for family members who may have passed. And so please, if you do receive a card and you have a family member or have passed, just write on their deceased, or if they've moved, just write moved and then return that card back. This is also another way for us to purge, our qualified voter file and all the registered voters here in Romulus. So it is quite a tedious project, and it's a lot of work in doing that in between elections as well. So just give us a call if you have, any questions, but that's what's going on with your new voter registration cards. And with that will conclude the clerk's report.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Takes us to number 7, the treasurer's report.
Good evening. I do not have anything under my report this evening. Thank you.
Thank you. That takes us to number 8, public comment, and this is the portion of the agenda for those who are in the audience and who would like to address City Council. The rules to address City Council can be found on the back of the meeting agenda. If you would like to address City Council, please raise your hand, and after being acknowledged by the chairperson, approach the podium and state your name. Please note, members of the public who submitted a public comment card will be called upon first. You will have 3 minutes to speak, and any additional time will be upon the consent of the chairperson. And as a reminder, members of the public viewing tonight's meeting via the city's broadcast channel or YouTube Live can submit their public comments to publiccomment@romulusgov.com before the end of the public comment period. And Mr. Chair, we do not have any written requests at this time.
Okay, comments from the audience. Which one do you want to go first? Mr. Miller, you want to go?
Good evening. Charles Miller. I would like to thank all those who signed the memorial resolution for my son-in-law, former Sergeant Cliff West of the Romulus Police Department, retired. Cliff was a great son-in-law who served with honor and dignity, serving the citizens of Romulus. To all who called and sent cards and flowers for myself, my daughter Leanne, and their son, my grandson Cole, you have my sincere thanks. And to all those officers still on watch, may God protect and watch over all. Blessed are the peacemakers. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Mr. Miller.
Any other comments from the audience? Yes,
Mr.
Ms.
Chair,
Clerk.
if there's no one else that would like to speak from the audience, we have Stanley Gordon.
Okay.
He's from Creekside, the subdivision. If you recall, last week he was a petitioner.
Right.
And so he had indicated to council that he would come back this week to share his photos. So would you allow him to do that under public comment, or would you like to wait until unfinished business because it's going to be more than 3 minutes?
Okay, well, we could do it
So it's
on,
at your pleasure, Mr. Chair.
let's do it on unfinished business. And you have the time, you have the time you need. Okay.
Is there anyone else from the audience that would like under public comment? There's no one else, Mr. Chair.
We'll close that part out.
All
Madam Clerk.
right, so noted. We are at number 9, unfinished business, and
Okay.
Mr. Gordon, if you'd like to come up.
I'll try to make this as quick as possible. It's a ton of pictures. This is over the last 3 years since the first house was built and prior to the first house and our subdivision being built. Okay, this first picture that was up that showed water on the basement floor, that was of one new home that was put up, and I think the address is 16560 Jessica Lane. Brand new house, the guy moved in January, and he's already got his basement leaking. That's from the outside of that same house. He's got staples showing, just, unfinished work where, if you're buying a new house, you don't want things like that showing. And the builder has not come back to repair that, and he's been in there 6 months already. More water leakage in the basement, same home. We have different walls. This goes all around his whole basement structure, so you'll see all the different walls where water is leaking and coming through the concrete where it's porous. He's put a dehumidifier in there that he had to buy himself, and it dumps the water out daily. They have not come to fix it. They told him to get a dehumidifier. And these are all the same pictures. And like I said, the house is 7 months old. When you pay over $200,000 for a house, you don't expect this. It's not acceptable. That's the outside of the house. And the outside of the house, you can see that the dirt is not to the level that it needs to be. It's lower, it has more of the foundation exposed. And when he complained to them about that, they said they were not going to fix it. Infinity said that. And I would imagine that's part of his problem why he has leakage. That's his front. He was able to move in with wooden boards, no porch poured. That's against city code. That's a violation. There's no way he should have gotten into that house with them not having concrete poured. He complained to an inspector in the building department, and this was back in May, and in June, they came out and finally poured his porch and walkway. But you shouldn't get a certificate of occupancy with that being your porch and your walkway. That's just totally unacceptable. And those are shots of his, the land, his front lawn, and in between the street. When they poured the concrete, they left tracks that are deep, and when it rains, they fill up with water. They didn't smooth it back out. If you drive by there today, it looks just like that. That's the front of the house. After they poured the porch, they still have, I don't know, I call them pegs, wood, holding up the soffit in front instead of completing the brickwork that needs to be done. That's the porch that was there, the temporary porch. It's on the side now. That's just bad craftsmanship, shoddy craftsmanship. Anytime you have wood that is showing like that, that's splintered, and this is a brand new house, 7 months old. And they have not come to fix it. And he's complained and complained. 7 months, they still haven't fixed it. That's a picture of the transformer behind my house. I've never had any kind of flooding or any kind of water collection ever until they put up the house next door to me. And now I have that. And the transformer, they came out and they put in a new transformer last year, and then now I have all this water collecting around it. That's my backyard. I've got water going all behind my property line in the back. Never had that happen before either. They didn't put a drain right next to that transformer, which they should have. Anytime you grade a house and grade the land, you're supposed to put a drain in the back. They didn't do that between my property and the empty lot that was there. This is a picture of floodwater on Brant after a hard rain. I mean, it's almost impassable. You risk getting stuck. That's my backyard. You see trash back in the trees back there from things blowing out of their dumpsters, and they make no attempt to clean it. The water goes all behind my whole backyard. Never had that happen, ever. Since we moved in 2005. Never happened until they built the house next door to me. That's a picture of when they brought the truss for the house next door to me. He came at 6:30 in the morning, and that's what I explained to you guys last week. And the guy came out there with his flashlight, making all the noise he could. And when I told him he needed to come back after 8, you know, he had a smart comment, and then when he left, he blew the horn really loud. That's a picture of when they tore up my front yard, when they had their machinery in my driveway. Now I have chipped, cracked driveway, and also they tore up my sprinkler system and my grass, and they replaced it with cheaper equipment than what I had. And when there was a Mr. Dunn that I sent these pictures to, haven't heard a peep out of him. He said he was going to get with the mayor and have them fix all of this. Said, oh, you got to have, and then Mr. Scappuccini or Scatapucci or whatever his name is, he said I needed proof that they tore up my stuff. Well, I got pictures right there. I mean, what more proof do you need? You see them with their equipment in my driveway, tearing up my grass and sprinkler system. I don't know what else he wants to see, but I sent this to Mr. Dunn months ago. Heard not a peep. That's the street, the way they leave the street, dirty and all torn up and muddy and everything. I mean, that's like a weekly thing with them, and they don't care. Another picture looking out my window of them with the equipment in my driveway. Other side of my walkway where they're building the new house, where they're tearing up the ground again. And they've gone over my property line, and they've torn up my grass on my property. Well, you probably want to just go down the list. If you click to the next one up below that. Yes, right there. Okay, and then go to the next one below that. Yeah. No, you got to repeat. Okay. Can I do that? Should be another one that's it's there you are. Those are different. Yes, all of those are different. That's another neighbor's picture of the transformer in his yard when it's dry. That's what it looks like after it rains. That's what the backyard looks like after it rains. That's Brant and Mary Grace after it rains. This is the infrastructure that they said that they would fix when we were in the October 2019 meeting. They haven't fixed that infrastructure. That's Brant. That's another neighbor's backyard. That's Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania again. That is 16999 Brant, and that's a different neighbor. What happens to their yard when it rains? All because of the dirt that they move and that they have not accounted for as far as what it's going to do to the properties next door. Pictures of my sprinkler system that were torn. Brant again. Those are different. I don't believe you hit it. Yeah. That's the contract, that the estimate we got for the retention pond to be redredged, dug out, and that's not including clearing away the bush and brush that's around it. And that's including paying for all the certificates for the Eagle permits and everything else that goes with it. But that's one estimate. But that's still part of the same estimate. Different, yeah. You're missing two of the retention pond. The two for the retention pond, should say it shows what the retention pond looks like after it rains. You can see all the dirt from the street and all the construction changes the color of the retention pond, and it builds it up. It almost overflows. Okay. It's just two photos with the retention pond that are there. If you can't find it, we'll go over that later. But it shows how high the pond gets and where it is, and it comes up almost to the people, their backyard, their property. It comes up, and if it were draining properly, their backyards would flood. But it doesn't drain properly. So Brant floods instead. So that infrastructure needs to be corrected so that it can handle all the water that's coming through. Right now, it can't handle it. Oh. So, I mean, a picture says 1,000 words, so you guys see what's going on.
Yeah,
and
Mr.
what needs to be corrected and what they need to be held accountable for.
Ms. Abdo, you have?
Yes, hi, Stan. At one time, I know when I went out there, they had, the builder had had stacks of, or piles of dirt covering the drains.
Yeah.
And the city made them move that.
Yeah.
Right, but from now, I received a call this week that said now they've covered the drains with rocks and cement. Is that still true?
Well, they came out, they cleared the drains, they put, I guess, some type of canvas over the drain so that the dirt doesn't go down in there.
No, it's kind of after the fact, though. It already had.
Yeah, but then now you have a bunch of dirt and sand that's covering the under part of the grate. So once it goes down into the drain, you've got probably that much dirt and sediment on top of a canvas piece of material.
Well, the picture I got sent to me yesterday showed a stack of cement or rocks piled. Is that still there?
Yeah, that's
And it's covering the
just
drain
one-
totally?
Well, yeah, that's one drain.
Yeah.
But the others, they have those canvas pieces of material there. And the dirt's gone and it's sitting on top of the canvas. So that it won't go down the drain. I'm just waiting to see if we get a hard rain, if the water goes down the drain. Because before it was stopping the water from going down and the streets were flooding.
Because, Mayor, shouldn't they have been ticketed for doing that? We did have them move the dirt off the drain, but is that even allowed? Now they cover it back up with a pile of cemented rocks they're using to make they said they were using it to make the basement of the next house they're building.
I still have to look, that's the first time I heard of a bag of concrete being laid over a storm drain. In the silt fence that goes in there, that is a prescribed method of the industry to keep the dirt from going into the storm drain. So before we take ownership of that infrastructure and that road, we're gonna make sure that all of those are cleaned out, the infrastructure is flowing properly at capacity, as it was designed to do, and also the roads. We videotaped those roads to make sure we knew the condition of those roads before the build was complete. Similar to what we did in the preserves. In the preserves, there was significant road damage there. We worked with the developer at that time. Once they were done, we wanted to see the repairs that were done and the cap on it. So we'll go through all those things before. We just started to look at these. Do we get to keep these pictures?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to get some explanation on those pictures, but we already had an initial meeting with the developer and some of the building department staff to start putting together some information and answer some questions and address some concerns, and then we're going to be scheduling that meeting with the residents as well. But we just want to start working on some of these issues, who's responsible, how they're going to get resolved, how they got that way in the beginning. They did tell me that unfortunately, they did hire a couple guys to run a crew out there that were not up to their standard. So they had to change personnel over there to help out, and they put their crew leader out there now that works well with our building department. So we're looking into some things. These pictures are very helpful. I'm definitely concerned about that drainage issue over there. We want to make sure that that's resolved. And we're going to, like I said, get definitive answers on all these issues. And then we'll sit down and have a report and a study and have the attorney also weigh in on has to take care of what issues and what responsibility there is there. And
do you have a copy of the 2011 report that the city did then?
Is that the one
what needed to be done?
That's a check.
You don't have that?
I do have some work on it, but I don't know if it is, what's the date? Is that the one you said from Seifman and Gazelle? From 2011?
Yeah, I think Seifman is one of the names.
Can I get a copy of that?
Yeah, I can
Okay.
get a copy.
We'll take a look at that, and we'll I know when that was designed and engineered, should have been installed with the specs of having that whole development taken care of and built out, and it should be able to handle the capacity of all the stormwater. Now, I can't speak to the county drain. That might be phase 2 of this conversation once we get done with that pond. And Infinity Home did say that they were bringing a contractor out to work on doing some of those things at the pond already, and they're going to send somebody to do some scope work on the drains to make sure that discharge from that pond is working and functioning properly. I did notice that there was a pump that was removed.
Well, there was a fountain that was functioning and it kept it from being stagnant water.
Right.
So it wouldn't be a mosquito haven.
So, and that's where our attorney's going to go through the association and the bylaws and say this is who's responsible for doing what. But we had a good initial meeting with some of the concerns that the residents had and Infinity had. I think it was a good first meeting. We need some more information. Then we're going to meet with everybody. Like I said, we may have answers. I don't want to meet with all these questions. I want to make sure we have answers at the table and the right people at the table and we can address all these concerns.
There are 2 homes on Brant in particular. It's right at the first curve off of Pennsylvania.
Okay.
The first home the fourth home on the right-hand side and the first home on the left-hand side. Those homes have probably the most damage as far as the ground, because the ground keeps shifting and it's uneven, and their driveways are like this because of all the moving dirt. And when it floods, it gets even worse. And one guy, he spent over $4,000 putting dirt and everything in there, and it still ships. And when he first moved in, I know the city was very hard on him as far as a trip hazard and giving him a temporary occupancy. They wouldn't give it to him until they fixed it. But this guy is coming in and not even pouring concrete together. Those two just don't jive.
No, and I understand the concerns over the wooden porch, but it is not a long-term solution. But you have the odd dichotomy there where you have somebody that sold their house, they need to get into a new house. In the wooden porch where they're going to be contracted and they're coming back out to do the concrete, similar to a deck. It's not the same material where it's womanized, so it won't last. Obviously, I wouldn't do that out of OSB for long-term. But that's a similar nature to that, so we're not big fans of doing that, but it does help that new resident get in here as well. And we just want to make sure that they're not getting expired TCOs. We want to make sure that if it's a TCO for 6 months, they're going to get these things taken care of. It's the nature of beach in Michigan. I mean, you could have somebody trying to move into a house in February, obviously we can't pour concrete, or the builder can't rather. So we have that tool in our repertoire to help solve a situation, but it should be exactly what you said in that wording, it's a temporary. So you should be back here when weather is permissible, pour the concrete and then move on to the next one. So we're going to look into all these issues. It was a good first meeting, but we're a long way from having all the answers that we need. And we're also going to Wayne County on that road issue, on Pennsylvania Road, the turning lane. That was designed for that. It's a county road, so we're going to defer to them on that one, but we're working with them as well. And we're going through, their road group to find out what needs to be done over there.
Okay, I know I had one other resident that had the same issue with the wooden walkway and porch, and they poured concrete right next door on both sides of them and stopped, and they still don't have their concrete done.
Yeah, and we got to tighten it up, because this is the time of year to have the concrete.
Yeah, they asked me this weekend, why did they stop? It couldn't have been because of the weather.
Yeah, that I can't answer for you. Those things defy logic sometimes, but, we're going to work with them on that one. And the temporaries are in place for, like I said, March, January, February, when you can't pour concrete. Now we can get things going. I'm not sure if it's a contractor issue he's having, but we can't have them expire like that. It's a temporary stopgap to get somebody into a house, bring in a new resident, and, but it needs to be taken care of in a timely fashion, so. We're also drilling down to that. We're going to look at all the lists of all the TCOs and what's the expiration date on them and, and what's the holdup and make sure these things are wrapped up so we're not going to keep having these hanging chads here on this site.
One thing that probably 5 or 6 different residents have expressed, they've been in since January, they've paid for a mailbox and Infinity will not put it up. And they have to go to the post office. They have to drive to the post office to get their mail. Every day. That's ridiculous.
See, and that's something that our attorney's looking into as well. He was at the meeting, and that's the association's issue, but I guess there's the association's established, so Infinity turned all that over to them. They should be taking care of it. So we're going to find out who's responsible for getting that one done for all, and we'll get moving forward. Like I said, I wanted to have all the evidence in front of our city attorney, get an opinion letter on who's responsible for what. Then we sit on the table and make sure we're moving in the right direction to get it all wrapped up.
Yeah, I mean, all of that was part of their closing and closing costs. They paid for it in closing.
Yep.
So it should be done. Not, well, go buy a temporary. I guess that's it. That's all I had.
Okay. And we'll be setting that meeting up sooner rather than later. Like I said, I drove through there with Council President John Barden last week just to look at the day after the meeting, to have a look at the site, see what was going on over there, find out what happened with personnel. I was happy to see that the builder saw the council meeting, and he called me the next day early in the morning, was wanting to work to resolve these issues, so I'm encouraged by that. But we'll get answers, and we'll have a definitive list of who's responsible for what. We'll make sure it gets there.
Okay.
Thank you. And like Mike's got a copy of these photographs that we can keep?
It's on the flash drive.
Okay, thank you.
And I'll forward you some more if you plan to.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, this time the chairman would like to bring up Mrs. Roberson in the audience.
Thank you very much. I will be very brief. I'm Portia Roberson. I have a number of things going on right now, but I'm really here because I am an attorney and we're at City Hall to talk about what I currently do as the CEO of Focus Hope. One of the things I've been going around to communities and announcing is that Focus Hope, for the first time in about 16 years, is completely out of debt. I say that because we are now on fiscally solid ground, and what we are doing is expanding some of our programs, including our Food for Seniors program. And so I have been going out making sure that people are aware that we can serve your seniors in each of your communities through not only pickups and curbside pickups, but also through home deliveries. And so we're trying to make sure that people are aware of that, as well as our workforce training program, which we do a lot of it virtually now, so the students do not have to travel to Oakland Boulevard in Detroit to participate in our virtual workforce training. So I just want to make sure that people are aware of that, and that if there are opportunities for any of the seniors that you all represent as council members or as mayor, or any young people who are looking for opportunities in workforce training and job placement, to please consider Focus Hope. So thank you very much for giving me a few minutes to speak this evening.
Thank you, Ms. Roberson.
There's no more unfinished business. Takes us to number 10, new business. If not, number 11.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Wadsworth.
New business?
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Wadsworth.
Okay, this is to the mayor. This past week on television, I've been hearing that Metro Airport got $50 million for upgrades, and they were bragging about how wonderful it was. Is any of that money going to trickle over the fence, like as far as the roads around the airport, or the water and sewer lines that they use all the time?
I'd like to say that we're going to have some benefit there because the airport is one of our biggest residents here. So, but I don't know at this point. Right now, we're having good conversations with the airport as far as some infrastructure improvements that'll benefit them and us. More of a joint effort. But stay tuned on that. It's still too early to say. A lot of people don't know what strings are attached to those dollars. There was talk of the Oasis program before, where there's a walkway around that park, and it's very attractive. I'd love to see them revisit that. But I'm not sure what they have those dollars earmarked for yet. But I'll continue to meet with the Director of Operations over there and see what we can do to benefit our residents as well.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Wadsworth.
No further new business. Takes us to number 11. For approval is warrant 22-13.
I'd like to make a motion, we pay warrant 22-13 in the following amounts. General Fund, $208,285.22. Major Street Fund, $115,347.62. Local Street Fund, $1,781.96. Public Safety Fund, $34,203.16. Cable TV, $9.50. Garbage and Rubbish Collection Fund, $577.65. Michigan Indigent Defense Fund, $18,690. 911 Service Fund, $11,867.14. NARC Forfeiture State, $885.24. Library Fund, $64,713.86. DDA, $3,834.40. Tifa District 2, $1,341.53. Water and Sewer Fund, $602,820.65. Motor Vehicle, $45,677.97. Technology Services, $17,345.58. Retiree Insurance Benefits, $69,127.67. Prop and Liability Insurance Fund, $581,013. Revolving Fund, $14,977.50. General Tax Fund, $62,588.16. Delinquent Personal Property Fund, $88,566.70. Payroll Funds, $161,187.09. Totaling all funds, $2,104,841.60.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Abdo, supported by Ms. Talley, to pay warrant number 22-13 for $2,104,841.60. Any discussion?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes, through the chair, I would just like to ask the mayor, I had several calls pertaining to check number 78811. It's the A123 System, LLC. What is MTT? What do that? Because it's,
That looks like it's from the Tracks Tribunal that we had with A123 and that settlement that council approved.
Pardon me?
That looks like it's from the Tracks Tribunal and the settlement we had with A123 that council approved 2 weeks ago, I'm sorry.
and it's the same thing with the MTT, check number 78804, the 163,000, the same thing?
I would assume so, but I can get something from our city assessor for you if you'd like.
Okay. I had questions, and so you're the person to ask. Thank you.
Nope, that's fine. We'll get you a solid answer on that.
Okay. If there are no other comments, roll call vote. Mr. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, the motion is approved.
Number 12 is communication.
Through the chair.
Ms. Talley?
A couple of some reminders. Vacation Bible School has started here in Romulus. First Baptist Church of Romulus has started their vacation program, Vacation Bible School tonight. It started at 6, but if you didn't make it tonight, you still have all week to get there. I think up till Thursday. They are located at 11412 Delano Street in Romulus. And then we also have Romulus Community Baptist Church, who will begin their Vacation Bible School beginning July 25th through the 29th from 6 to 8. And First Baptist also is from 6 to 8. Romulus Community Baptist Church is at 6200 4th Street. And again, they start 2 weeks, a week from this Monday. They'll be starting theirs on July 25th. So please, I encourage everybody to bring their kids, take part in this very, very great program, Vacation Bible School. And then these two churches also are having their church picnics on August 27th, open to the community, so please mark those dates if you can attend to support those churches. Rise Church is going to be having their worship in the park at the Historical Park this Sunday, the 17th, from 12 to 2. Keep that in mind. And then last week I spoke about the Police and Community Together. PAC are having their fourth annual bike ride. There will be music, games, fun, food, and giveaways. If you're going to be a part of the ride, you do have to register ahead of time. It will be at Fernandez Park on Saturday, July 30th from 2 to 5. Fernandez Park is at 6017 Columbus Street in Romulus. We do have a QR code here for you to scan, but you do need to register if you're going to be a part of the bike ride. If you are going to participate with the bike ride, there is a special treat you will receive upon registering early before that day. So please, we have a QR card. There are flyers distributed around, or you can call the police department, ask for Monique Talley, and she could get you situated on far as getting registered for that event. So keep that in mind. That is Saturday, July 30th from 2 to 5 at Fernandez Park. We have Relay for Life coming up. We want to support our Relay for Life. Teams are needed, sponsorships are needed. They have a golf outing coming up as well. More details to come on all this information. And we also want to keep in mind that we have a bike night every Friday at Artesian at our brew pub down on Goddard, not downtown Romulus. And then we have Upscale Warehouse that has their Sunday brunch on Sunday from 11 to 4. They're located on Wayne Road, and they have a jazz night every Friday and Saturday evening. So keep these in mind, different businesses in our community. If we can go out and support them, let's do that. And then the mayor did talk about the town hall this Wednesday. We just ask people to attend, to stay engaged, stay informed, and stay connected. And then the Patriots Day was very, very nice. I missed the motorcyclists, but it was a great time, very good weather, but a great event for our city. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Ms. Talley. Ms. Williams?
Yes, just like to remind the residents of Forgotten Harvest now will be starting at 10 o'clock. We're still at the high school parking lot, and we'll go from 10 to 12. And I would just like, I'm not for sure who to address this with, but I received several text messages since I've been here tonight, and they received letters from the city. And so we have to make sure that's corrected, because in the letters, I'm not for sure what the letters was pertaining to, but there was, you know, at the bottom of the letter, all the council members and their name and their position. At the bottom, it was just personally my name, no last name, no position. So please correct that. And those letters went out to residents. So, I mean, I received like 4 text messages telling me, and actually showing me, so I can show you, Mayor,
No,
that
I-
actually went out to residents.
Yeah, we're going to try to correct that. It also
Please.
said the former mayor, too. It did have my name on there, too, so there must have been some kind of confusion at the printer that day when they put the wrong stock in. So, yeah, we'll take care of it.
But they wanted me to say something, but, you know.
No, it was noted. I was notified from a couple of them as well, so somebody must have put the wrong stock in the printer, I guess, and it wasn't caught, so we'll pay attention to it.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Is there any more communication? If not, a motion to adjourn, and the time is 8:53.
It's been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Roscoe for adjournment. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.